Okay, welcome back everyone to another video from Vision Gaming. In this video, I will discuss a class that many of you have requested, the Crossbow class. I will cover topics from basic to advanced aspects of this class, so stay tuned and watch this video. Have you heard about our membership program? Our membership program has 3 exclusive levels, each offering unique perks tailored to meet your gaming needs. Level 1, Visionary Community. Join our exclusive members-only group chat. Discuss strategies and share tips with fellow fans. I'll be there to answer your questions whenever I'm available. Level 2, Elite Strategists. Enjoy all the benefits of Level 1. Plus, get private one-on-one consultations about anything in the game. Receive high-priority responses to all your inquiries. Level 3, Ultimate Masters. Unlock all the benefits of Levels 1 and 2. Additionally, I'll take care of your account, completing daily missions and activities, and help you overcome any challenge you ask. I'll give you the highest priority service. So what are you waiting for? Select the membership level that suits you best and take your gaming experience to new heights. Join Vision Gaming's membership program today. Thank you for your support, and I look forward to gaming with you. Let's conquer the game together. Okay, first, let's go into the skills of the Crossbow class. Firstly, the active skill deals a certain amount of damage, then increases the percentage of combo damage on the target for 8 seconds. After that, for 10 seconds, attacks will ignore the enemy's evasion. That's the active skill of the crossbow. Next, we'll talk about the passive skills. First, it increases combo rate by 30%. Next, it increases attack speed by 15% and ignore evasion by 10%. Another passive skill increases combo damage by 140%. Additionally, when comboing, it shoots 3 bullets. Finally, normal attacks shoot to bullets. Reviewing the active and passive skills of the crossbow class, we can understand that the 2 important stats for this class are combo and ignore evasion. These will be among the many stats we need to focus on to enhance the power of the crossbow class. Next, let's talk about the technology of the crossbow class. How should we allocate points in technology? For technology and other aspects like Pink Souls and Class Awakening, my advice is, initially, you can balance your points across attack, defense, and HP. However, as you progress, you should prioritize attack first, then HP, and lastly defense. First, focus on increasing attack, then HP, and finally defense. Each should be about 5 levels apart or even 10 levels. You don't need to increase defense too much, just a bit will do. However, attack should be prioritized slightly more than HP, that's the technology part. Next, let's discuss the statue. How should we use statue for the crossbow? In the early stages, you can mix different lines such as global attack, global combo damage, and crit damage. However, later on, I advise you to only use statue with 5 lines of global combo damage. Just go with 5 global combo damage lines and nothing else. Now, let's move on to the awakening part. Similar to technology, in the early stages, you can distribute points evenly across attack, defense, and HP, and a bit into crit resistance to balance it out. Especially in the early game, crit resistance is a significant differentiator between players with 30 to 50 million power. But from 50 million power onwards, you should focus on important stats like attack and HP. Concentrate on attack the most, followed by HP. Basic attack damage and crit damage should be minimal. In the top ranks, you will see that most top players don't invest much in these stats, if at all. They might just increase them for fun since they don't add much power. Additionally, they will increase crit resistance and defense a bit, but not as much as in the early game. Instead, they focus on global attack and global HP. That's the awakening part. Next, let's talk about Pink Souls. How should we allocate points for Pink Souls? First, which Pink Soul should you get first? Many of you already have all the Pink Souls, but some still ask which ones to prioritize. My advice is to get the combo damage and boss damage soul first. At the time when you obtain your first pink soul, usually around 20 to 30 million power, you still need to focus on PvE activities. Therefore, getting the combo damage and boss damage soul first will maximize your benefits from PvE activities. Next, get the global attack soul, then the global HP soul, and finally the global defense soul. After that, the order doesn't matter much for the crossbow class. What about leveling up pink souls? Initially, you will see that the global attack soul is the most effective, increasing your attack significantly. It will make you much stronger. The global HP soul also makes you tankier, and the global defense soul as well. However, as you progress further, the combo damage and crit damage souls become more important. At higher power levels or higher cross-server arena ranks, when comparing crossbow players' stats, the key stats will be crit rate, combo rate, crit damage, and combo multiplier. Therefore, at higher levels, you need to prioritize these stats, focusing on crit damage and combo multiplier. From 50 million power onwards, prioritize leveling up the crit damage and combo damage souls. Always prioritize these two and keep their levels balanced. Then focus on the global attack and global HP souls. If you have extra resources, you can also level up the crit resist and defense souls last. That's how to level pink souls for the crossbow class. Next, let's talk about the crossbow's gears. Like the statue, gears is straightforward. Just focus on two things, crit rate and combo. Even if it's gilded gears and not all eternal, as long as it has both crit rate and combo, it's good. The ideal crit rate is above 80% and combo is above 100%. Just try to roll the lamp to get these two lines on your equipment. That's the crossbow's equipment, simple as that. Okay, next, let's talk about the back accessory. For upgrading the back accessory, I advise you to level them evenly. If you're below levels 41, 51, or 61, you might consider focusing on one stat to double the buff. From level 61 onwards, just level them evenly because the increase is only about 20%, not doubling as in the previous milestones. Regarding the back accessory talent, how should you allocate points for the crossbow? There are different cases. If you don't have eternal gears and the total number of divine feather coins is not enough to max out a branch about 5,760 coins, my advice is to evenly distribute points in the basic stats, attack, HP, and defense. You can also add a bit to combo damage or evasion, or basic attack damage. If you don't have eternal gears and have less than 7,000 divine feather coins, continue focusing on the basic stats. If you have eternal gears or more than 7,000 divine feather coins, prioritize maxing out the right branch of the crossbow first. This branch is very effective, quickly maximizing combo damage. After getting a lot of divine feather coins, the order to max out the back accessory talent for the crossbow is first max the right branch for combo damage, then max the left branch for crit damage. Additionally, depending on your needs to counter other classes, you can increase stats like skill damage resist, combo damage resist, or counter damage resist. So the question for top players with a lot of divine feather coins is, which third branch to increase? Some might say the left or right branch of the warrior. However, most top seed players will increase a different branch. Do you know which one? It's the left branch of the mage. When you increase this branch, using a skill boosts your attack percentage significantly. By the second or third skill turn, you can max out a 30% attack boost. So the third talent branch for top players with many resources should be the left branch of the mage. That's how to allocate the crossbow's talent points. Next, let's talk about the crossbow skills, pals, and other aspects. First, let's go into skills. This is the basic skill set for the crossbow to use in PvP. Blitz Assault is an essential skill. Next is Clone, which deals significant damage. Disarm is a must-have skill. Smoke Bomb is a great skill that pairs well with the Disarm Relic. making it very suitable. The final skill reduces the opponent's attack speed by 40%. This is very useful against other crossbow users. You can change this skill depending on the situation and opponent. For example, against warriors or mages, you might use the skill that reduces attack percentage. You might also consider skills like 100 slashes to increase attack percentage based on max HP and reduce basic attack damage. You could also go full damage with the skill Worldly Snare to increase crit rate and crit damage. If your clone dies quickly, you can replace the clone skill with something else. This is the basic skill set for the crossbow in PvP against other classes. What about the crossbow's pals? Here is a set of pals that is almost unchangeable and rarely needs adjustment. First, you need Treasure Dragon to increase crit damage by 50%. Next, you need the Mech Drake to increase crit rate by 10%, which is a significant boost. The Deer is a must-have companion because it reduces damage by 15%, which is a substantial amount. The Fiery Tail increases attack speed by 15%, essential for maxing attack speed for the crossbow to maximize DPS. Finally, the Banana increases combo by 10% and combo damage by 100%, which is fantastic for the crossbow. This is the basic pals set for the crossbow, rarely needing changes. Some of you might ask, if I don't have this banana, which one should I use? You can consider some other pals like the octopus. However, I would not recommend it because many players have tested it and found it not very helpful. If your opponent is an archer, you might consider using the Snow Sprite to reduce the opponent's attack speed, giving you a slight advantage. Additionally, during the mid-game stage, you can use the Turtle. The Turtle will create a shield equal to 30% of your HP when you drop below 50% HP, making it suitable for all classes. When you reach higher ranks with combat power around 60 to 70 million, archers should consider using Hydra Sprite to activate the second skill turn faster. This creates a significant advantage as high combat power battles tend to be longer and not as short as before. Next, let's talk about the archer's relics. How should you use them? The first relic should definitely be the one that increases crit rate by 10%. If your crit rate is too low and you want to increase combo rate, you can consider the relic that increases combo rate by 10%. However, I recommend using the one that increases crit rate by 10% because crit rate is a rare stat that is hard to boost from other sources. For the second and third relics, you can use any, honestly. I don't see much difference between them. You can use whichever you prefer. For the fourth relic, I think you should use the one that increases attack percentage over time, which maxes out at 10% after 10 seconds. This is very suitable for archers to maximize their damage output. The next relic should definitely be the Time Statue, as it extends the duration of disarm and smoke bomb effects. Lastly, you should use the relic that increases clone damage to maximize the damage dealt by your clone. Archer relics are relatively simple. This is the standard set that almost everyone uses, and it rarely needs to be changed. After relics, let's talk about the archer's runestones. How should you use them? Like other classes, the first 3 runes have fixed main stats, attack, HP, and defense. For the 4th rune, you should definitely use combo damage. There's no other option. For the 5th rune, you can consider using combo damage resist or counter damage resist, depending on your opponent. The 6th rune should definitely be crit damage, as it provides a significant boost to crit damage in the game. The 5th rune can also be swapped, like with mages you can use basic damage resist, counter damage resist for warriors, or combo damage resist when fighting archers. However, I usually see players using combo damage resist since most opponents are still archers with a few mages. What secondary stats should you aim for? The first and most important secondary stat for archers in the rune stones is global combo damage. This is the stat you should try to get on every rune stone. Next are the ignore stun and ignore evasion stats. At first, you might not find these important, but later you'll see they are crucial for archers. They help you effectively deal with other mages and archers. The ideal percentages are around 30 to 40% for ignore stun and 90 to 100% for ignore evasion. You'll notice a significant difference in effectiveness against other archers and mages. Other secondary stats you might consider include basic attack damage, dodge, stun, or launch. At higher combat power levels, a few dodges, stuns, or launches can unexpectedly turn the tide of a battle. Just 1 or 2 launches or stuns can help you make a comeback and win. These are the secondary stats you should consider for your rune stones. Next, let's talk about the other equipment an archer should use in battle, starting with mounts. For free players, the paper kite obtained from the mushroom machine is very suitable because it deals area damage when activating combos. Additionally, for free players who accumulate Skyrider passes from top events, you might consider the Pyrebreaker mount, which increases crit rate and crit damage, making it another good option. In the mushroom machine, there is also another effective mount, but it is more effective in the late game, the Blue Ox. The Blue Ox reduces damage by 10% and control effects by 30%. It is extremely useful in the late game, but you won't see its effectiveness in the mid-game. For players who invest a little or a lot, the Moon Mount is extremely effective in all stages of the game up to now. The Moon Mount grants you 3 seconds of invincibility, allowing you to deal significant damage during that time, making it a top choice for archers. Additionally, the Mushroom Machine has another mount, the Poetry, which helps with PvE content. When you spam PvE dungeons, if it summons an additional clone, you'll have to clones dealing massive damage, making it very effective for PvE. If you don't have these mounts, you might consider using the Watermelon mount, which increases defense and a bit of attack. Periodically, it knocks opponents into the air. These are some mounts you can consider using as an archer. Next, let's talk about artifacts. What artifacts are suitable for archers? For free players, the hammer is the best choice as it is the only option. The hammer appears in week 18 of the Mushroom Machine and will return later. Depending on the week your server is on, you can plan to get the hammer in week 18. For those who invest and have more choices, the Peppy Gun is extremely effective against all classes. Whether you face archers, mages, or warriors, the Peppy Gun is highly suitable. If you don't have the Peppy Gun, you can use the Siren. The Siren is another version of the Peppy Gun. It not only defends but also attacks, dealing some additional damage. The Siren is also highly suitable if your HP is already high and you want to increase your damage output. Another option is the AK gun, which was very effective when it first came out due to its crit resist reduction effect. It directly reduces the opponent's crit resist, significantly boosting your crit damage. The AK gun is also good for PvE content. The scissors are a specific artifact suitable only in certain situations, typically when facing warriors using counter plus Regan builds. It's less effective against mages using Regan since you don't have much time to attack. The Chainsaw Duck is another new artifact that is good for PvE, as it increases the opponent's received damage significantly. Next, let's discuss back accessory morphs. What options are available for archers? For free players, the Emerald Embrace is the best choice since it can be obtained from the Mushroom Machine. For those with more options, the Peppy Wing is also highly suitable as it is effective in various situations, whether facing archers, mages, or warriors. The Frostfire morph is good when facing other archers as it reduces direct damage per hit. If you're using a squishy build, Frostfire can significantly reduce damage from other archers. Celestial Aid is another effective choice for archers. However, it's more suitable for archer versus archer matchups and less so against mages, as mages can break the shield with their active skills immediately, leaving only the attack buff. Another highly effective and currently popular morph for archers is the Summer Shade, especially against mages. It alternates between two states, providing a defensive shield in the first 10 seconds of the battle when you're being controlled, helping you survive until you can attack. Once you start attacking, it increases attack speed, attack, and reduces skill cooldowns, making it an excellent counter against mages. These are some back accessory morphs suitable for archers. Finally, let's talk about flying pets. For archers, you must use the Sunlight Pet. There are no other choices. The Sunlight Pet helps you counter other archers and mages as it reduces controlled effects. If you don't use the Sunlight Pet, you will attack slower, activating Moon earlier and dying first. Therefore, you must use the Sunlight Pet. Additionally, you need to get the Control Effect Reduction stat. The Sunlight Pet's active skill and passive stat both help reduce control effects, allowing you to face mages without being stunned too much and enabling you to defeat your opponents. For PvE content, you can consider other flying pets like Kokorb, Jingle Bell, Tri-Shooter, but the most suitable for PvE is still the Night Glow. It increases the opponent's perceived damage by 15%, making it very effective for PvE. For PvP, stick with the Sunlight Pet without any hesitation. So those are the details I wanted to share with you about playing the Crossbow class, from basic to advanced in this video. If you enjoyed our content and found it helpful, please consider giving us a like, sharing the video with your friends, and if you feel generous, using the thanks function to support us. Your support helps us create more high-quality content for you. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.